friends, it's Unicorn. I'm saying hi from a random Monday lunchtime. I actually just wrapped up my Wives and Daughters reading vlog last night, but I want to start this new one because I found that reading vlog is really motivating me, and I want to focus on reading books for From and About Asia reading project this week because I'm kind of behind because I spent so many days reading Wives and Daughters. So now as lunchtime, I just prepared my usual tofu dish and I'm just waiting for my tofu to steam. And in the meantime, let me show you my TBRs for this week. I have 3 books that I'm gonna try to read, but I don't think I'll finish all 3. The first one is Funny Boy. This is a story set in Colombo in Sri Lanka because we're reading about Sri Lanka this month, and it's talking about a boy who lives in Colombo, and he is considered funny because he likes to dress up as a girl. So with all the criticism he's facing from the society, he's learning to face his sexuality and also coming of age. And the second book for the From and About Asia is Island of Thousand Mirrors. This is a book about 2 women. One lives in Colombo in a wealthy family. The other one lives in the war zone. And it's set during the Sri Lanka Civil War. So the war zone young woman wants to be a teacher, but she is arrested by the soldiers and somehow their fate intertwined. And this one, I'm going to try to start maybe at the end of this week. I don't know. This is a non-fiction talking about the authors growing up in Cuba during the Castro regime. And because he's gay, so he's facing a lot of danger, I believe. And all of that things. This is a book for the LGBTQ in translation project that I'm participating in. Alright, that's my TBR for this vlog. Now I'm gonna go eat lunch and continue my workday. I'll read a little bit probably at the end of the afternoon when I have a little bit of time and check in back with you guys. Hey guys, it's dinner time and I'm about to start dinner, and earlier today I was baking my favorite breakfast granola, so I finally have some breakfast to eat, and I also realized that I forgot to tell you that I also been listening to the audiobook of This Is Going to Hurt. This is a very hyped and popular book for many years now, so I don't think I need to say too much about it. It's a journal of a junior doctor about his work and his life and the things happened between him and his patient and also him and his friends. And I am about a quarter into the book. I really like it. It's a very humorous book, and I think it led us to learn more about the doctor's life, more detailed. But besides that, I don't really have a lot of thoughts to that book yet. But I also read a little bit of Island of Thousand Mirrors before making dinner, and I'm about 40 pages in, and I have to say that I'm a little bit underwhelmed. The book has a lot of characters and I just feel like it's a little bit too much. Let's say it's a 220 pages book with like a family tree, like 2 family trees. So you can imagine how busy and rapidly the characters are introduced into the story, and I just feel like it's the pacing is a little bit off in the beginning because to introduce so many characters into the story, you have a lot of descriptive paragraphs, and they are pretty dry, although they're beautifully written, but also they went into the trap of like using too much adjectives in one sentence, and in one paragraph, like if you deleted all the adjectives, there's not many things. So that's one thing. And the other thing is the writing of the book is using a lot of reverse sentences, like she's cooking in the dark, but instead of saying that, it's like in the dark she's cooking. Normally I don't really have a problem with those paragraphs or sentences, but it's just like overwhelmingly a large amount of them, and it makes the paragraph seems like very, I don't know, very artificial. And speaking of artificial, I feel like the book is trying so hard to create a very whimsical, very mysterious, but very atmospheric feelings, but it's just they're very like human made. I think it's just like too much. But also I've been thinking maybe it is because I just finished Wives and Daughters and nothing can compare to the writing of that book. So maybe it's a little bit unfair to compare, to think about the writings of Island of Thousand Mirrors and right after reading Wives and Daughters. But I don't know, that's my initial thought. And also the plot, I think I need to start cooking. I was going to make it a cook with me and also chatting kind of thing, but I just forgot to cut things. And the stories is a little bit different than I thought. I thought it's about two female characters, but in the end we have a lot of characters and I don't think I see like two main female characters now, and also there's a love story. I'm like very confused now with 40 pages in, and the book is only 220 pages, so I'm very curious about where it's going. And now I'm gonna concentrate on cooking. Last check-in of the day, so far I've read 78 pages of Island of Thousand Mirrors. And I have very complicated yet simple feelings about this book. Is that the writing style, I don't really get along with it because I feel like I'm reading a Wikipedia of their family. There's a lot of things happened, but no plot. I don't know if that makes any sense, but the writing is like on this date, blah blah happened, on that date, blah 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 happened, and so many vocabularies put together. And in some paragraphs, I feel like things are happen way too fast. They should expand into way more pages, but in some paragraph, I feel like there's a bunch of vocabularies and nothing really happened. I'm so sorry, my feelings about this book has been like mostly negative, because the thing that was attracting to me and made me want to read this book is the comparison between the fate of Tamil people and the Shihana people, because they were like two different groups, and Tamil people are like a minority in Sri Lanka society, and it is said in the synopsis that it's supposed to be two fate of two different women from different ethnic groups, but so far we've only seen one. And also this aspect of the novel wasn't really mentioned that much, as like 10 pages of the family Wikipedia and one sentence of the Tamil people's news at that time. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed because this book has a really good ratings on Goodreads. So I don't know. And now I'm gonna stop reading because tomorrow morning we're gonna go to DMV to get our ID renewed. If you are a foreigner living in the US, you cannot do it online. You have to go in person. So we have to get up super early. So I'm gonna stop here and check back in tomorrow. Hi guys, I have a story to tell and also I have a granola to grab. This is Tuesday morning. So this morning we actually got up really early at 6 o'clock because we were planning to go get our driver's lesson renewed at the DMV. We were thinking it will open at 7, but when we got there we found out it actually opens at 8. But that's not only it. When I sent in my application for the renewal, they said, oh, you need to take a test of your like driver's knowledge or something, and I went to take the test. It was on a machine, so I went and input all my information, and after I hit to continue, it says select your test, and there's nothing to select. It's like blank, and when I hit continue again, it says your session has been terminated. was like, what happened? And also I tried it again and it happened the same thing. And because I know that you can only take the test 3 times, otherwise will be fail for the day. So I went and asked the staff at the DMV and they didn't know what happened. And they retake all my information again. I need to reshoot all the photos and things. And still, same thing happened to me. When I open the test, it says select your test and there's no test for me to select. So they were like, do you want to take a paper test? I was like, sure, but I also want to know what's wrong with my application. So the staff went around, he was really nice and helpful, but he didn't know what happened. And he went around and came back and said to me, oh, your test has been waived by the computer. That's why there's no test for you. It's like, what? Okay. But because my partner also went with me, so he somehow got a test and he completed the test and he goes to the staff and there's something wrong with his application too. So turned out none of us needed to take the test. It was just the system was messed up and they thought we needed to take the test, but technically we don't need to take the test. So I don't know, somehow he got one pop-up for him and I just didn't take the test at all. Anywho, so that takes a lot more time than I thought. So currently it's already 10 o'clock and I just got back home and showered. But the good thing is I have my granola for the day. And also because I wait at the DMV for so long, I was able to complete the first part of this book. This book has 2 parts. And the first part, I don't know, I don't want to be so negative in this vlog, but the book doesn't really impress me at all. I finally figured out what's going on with this book. So in the first part, at least, it's actually first-person narrative. So we have an I in the book. She said I blah blah blah, I blah 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 blah. But she's more observing all the events happened in the book from a distance because a large chunk of the story in the beginning happened before she was born, I believe, and a large chunk of the story she narrated, but it's also a third-person narrative, although we got a first-person point of view. I don't know if that makes sense because she was not there, so she just said so-and-so did what and so-and-so did what, and it's still a very Wikipedia style. And the thing I was interested in, all the people's conflict between Tamil people and all other ethnicities were only mentioned like 3 times. They were only briefly mentioned at this point in the first part because I feel like the first part is still like very focused on the family story of our narrator, who is the I. And yeah, I'm going to the second part today, and I hope it will talk more about the topic that I was interested in, because in the synopsis it says a lot about the conflicts in the war zone or things. So yeah, I hope it's talking about that, because so far it doesn't deliver the thing that I was asking for. And I think maybe I just got my expectation wrong, but the pacing and writing, I don't know. The good news about this book is the font is very large, so I read it pretty fast. And the good news about today is the piece of furniture I ordered for the entryway has arrived along with a mirror. I already put it in the closet because it's fragile. So I'll assemble it sometime today and we'll see what it looks like. It's actually a lot easier than I thought to assemble because I always buy IKEA furniture, so you need to assemble them from the scratch, but this one apparently you do not. But now all that left to me are these masks I need to clear up. Hi guys, it is much later in the day and I'm about to go to bed and I have just finished Island of Southern Mirrors. But before the check-in for the book, I want to say something that is pretty serious and important. I think the From and About Asia Reading Project Discord has been just attacked this afternoon. I was pretty busy the afternoon so I didn't check Discord, and when I logged on, I saw countless messages that was tagging everyone, and at first I was pretty happy. I thought people are really discussing the books, but then I found out it's some spamming account that was just joined the Discord and spamming with a lot of disgusting sexual content. So I have since deleted and banned them from the Discord. I don't know what to think, honestly. I just feel like the whole thing is very unfortunate and also a little bit of why it's me so unlucky, why it is our Discord, like what would people think if they just join the Discord, you know? So I want to apologize if you're in that Discord because it is not an experience that I want us to have when I created the project. And in the future, I'll be watching the Discord more closely and maybe think about some ways to prevent things like this from happening. Maybe add another bot helper or something. But yeah, that is very unpleasant. That happened today. I have since also posted Instagram stories and said on Twitter about the thing. So again, if you got any spam like that, I'm really sorry about it. Anywho, so after that, I was just like, my mind was zoning out I just had a very chill evening and I wanted to relax. And also I read Island of Southern Mirrors. I finished this one because it's a fast read and also I mentioned the font is pretty big. It reminds me of a historical fiction that I read last year. I forgot the name, but I'll put the cover of the book here. But they both give me the same feeling that they have great potential because they were set in such an interesting time period, but they just didn't meet their potential, and things just like wasn't really happening, or like a lot of things happened but you're not investing in the story when you're reading it. So the second part is like different from the first part. It has two narrators all of a sudden, and the second one is of course the one from the war zone. And when she started to telling her stories, I started to get interested because I thought the pacing or the writing will get better from this point. But no, the pacing and story they stays the same. I still feel like it's a Wikipedia type of narration. So yeah, so that's my not very positive feelings about the first book of this vlog. I was planning to read Fanny Boy after this, but now I think I'm gonna go grab a non-fiction and take a break from fiction because I just feel like I need some genre switching to like switch the taste that this book left me. But with that being said, I'm going to go to bed today and check in with you guys tomorrow. Hi friends, it's Wednesday evening and I just want to say hi and also let you guys know that I didn't have time to check in earlier today because I had a rather busy day, but I have just wrapped up everything and I'm about to film a video for my booktube channel for the recommendations for the books about Tajikistan. And also I have decided to read Before Night Falls and skip Funny Boys for now because I'm not prepared to read another fiction. I've just finished filming. I feel like I don't know how to talk anymore. There's so many difficult vocabularies and so many difficult pronunciations, and I know that I'm butchering so many names. I'm so sorry. Apologize for that. And now I'm gonna go start dinner. Hello! Welcome to a day of messy hair. It is a result of me going to bed with my hair wet, which is honestly not as bad as usual. So maybe I'll just live with it today. And I don't have any reading update because we went to a Mexican restaurant last night and I didn't really read anything. It's been a long week, so none of us wanted to cook. And today it's Thursday morning and I still haven't read a thing. I will need to make a to-do list for today for sure because I'm a little bit lost, just so tired, and my brain is like, okay, I'm gonna stop work now. What you want? What do you want, bro? Huh? Huh? Guys, it's not Friday, not Saturday, but Sunday already, and it's also not even Sunday morning, but already Sunday evening. And I want to check in because the past few days has not been good days for vlogging. They have been so chaotic, so much things happened, and I just wasn't really ready to even have those things in my life and also vlog. But now, like, I have spent a very relaxing day today because it's early evening, as I told you. So I'm in a much better place now, and I just want to check in with you guys. And also, I have some news to share. The biggest news is I got braces. So my teeth apparently when they bite down, they in some weird position that they seem fine, but they're actually hurting each other. So to prevent that from worsening and some like minor exchanges, I got braces. Per the advice from my dentist. She advised me a while ago, and I was just thinking about it, and on Friday I was like, yeah, maybe let's do it. Actually, I did the check-in like before Friday, but on Friday I got braces. But these braces are the plastic invisible ones. They're called Invisalign, I believe. And the good thing about them is you can take them down when you're eating or you're having important meetings. And for me, I also plan to take them out when I'm filming a video. But because this is a vlog, so I think I'll just keep them in because I need to like brush teeth or something if I take them out. And that's the biggest news. And the second news is I finally went to Muir Woods yesterday. If you watched my last vlog, you know that I plan to go to Muir Woods, but I forgot to do the reservation. So yesterday we finally went, and it's really nice to be there, to be in the nature. I really love kind of a forest setting. And the third news is I started to read Before Night Falls, as I told you guys. I'm not very far in because I was having so busy days, but I already really like this book. I even wanted to annotate when I'm only reading the foreword. So this book is about, distracted by my alarms, but I was about to say that this book is about the author's memoir when he it's like about his whole life from his childhood, I think. And this author was very political oppressed by the Cuba government, and he even got very severe PTSD, which I think led to his suicide in the end of his life. And he moved to America in the later stage of his life, and also he got AIDS. People haven't even figured out what AIDS is at his time, so he got quite some discrimination over that. And when he's living in the New York, in the forward or like in the introduction, people said that he got some very severe PTSD, like he will live in his apartment but also have like so many locks on his door because he was just so afraid of people coming in and taking him to places or like taking his manuscript away. I don't really know this author before, but I'm really intrigued to read about his life, and I already wanted to share some paragraphs with you that I see he wrote in the foreword. It's a paragraph about beauty, and I really resonate with it, and I think I want to share with you guys and with maybe some clips I took in Muir Woods. A sense of beauty is always dangerous and antagonistic to any dictatorship because it implies a realm extending beyond the limits that a dictatorship can impose on human beings. Beauty is a territory that escapes the control of political police. Being independent and outside of their domain, beauty is so irritating to dictators that they attempt to destroy it whichever way they can. under a dictatorship, beauty is always a descendant force. And that's one of the things that resonates with me so far in this book, because I was thinking about our time and why I feel so safe and why I feel so powerful while reading, because reading is a kind of beauty in its form if we just speaking generally. And I just feel like because reading is so empowering, it's something that if you read, people cannot take what you consumed out of you. I just feel like I need to annotate this book very closely. And that's my bookish and life update for now. I hope you don't mind that I'm having bracelets in my mouth when I'm vlogging. Also, I want to introduce you to this houseplant that I just got. I haven't named it yet, but look how beautiful it is. Watching some Severance. Catching up on the trend that was half a year ago. Having some unadon for dinner. My partner said he would make it prettier if he knew that I'm vlogging. Hi guys, it's later into the night, so I just want to close up this video. I have read a little bit more of Before Night Falls, but like not so many. And also in this video, the first half, I have finished Island of the Mirrors. Also, my braces is making me very hard to speak. But yeah, I was a little disappointed of this book, but it did give me some kind of insights between the conflict between Tamil people and Shihana, but it's not a lot, and I think this one had really great potential, but it just doesn't explore that much, or like explore to the level that I'm satisfied. And it really reminds me of Run Me to Earth, the book that I read last year. And in this book, Before Night Falls, I'm really enjoying it so far, and I feel like it gives me a lot of insights to how the society works back in the day in Cuba during Castro regime, and especially because the political stand of the authors and also the things that he experienced. It's a very heavy read that I didn't really expect to go into before this book, but I'm so far learning so much about it. I think I'm gonna finish reading and have more to say in the wrap-up of this book. But now it's time for me to close up to this video. It's already pretty close to my bedtime, and we still have Monday to come tomorrow, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I feel like this video is a little bit more chaotic than I expected, and also I didn't think that having braces in my mouth can affect me speaking that much, but I'm sure you guys are so nice and don't mind that. And yeah, please let me know any of your thoughts about the books that I read in this vlog, or what are you reading currently. And don't forget to say hi in the comment section down below. I wish you happy reading, stay healthy, stay safe. I'll see you in my next bookish video. Bye!